Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I want to do part 26 to my ChatGPT chatbot series. In today's video guys, we're actually going to talk to another creature. It was originally going to be between the Divine Raptor and there's a few creatures, but I don't know how this is going to work. The Divine Raptor is a fun idea, but I don't know how I'm going to get it to be able to make your own planet and all that stuff on here. I don't know if it's going to be easily possible. The Lugia hybrid, well, he would definitely be a great one to do, but I don't know how this thing does with things that happen over time. That's why I did the tiny Groudon. Because the thing about the tiny Groudon is, like, if he wants to get back to normal size, he has to literally be nice to the person that lets him out of that cage. If he doesn't, then, let's just say he gets shrunk down even more. So, yeah. The reason why I picked the tiny Groudon over the Toadal Lugia Hybrid is because of the fact that, well, this will be a good test to see if the thing actually shows them or has them actually getting bigger with your bond. If that works, the Toadal Lugia Hyper should work perfectly. If not, then we could have a problem with Toadal Lugia Hyper. So that's a good test to see if it works. I really just said, let me talk to a very tiny Groudon that's trapped in a cage and real badly wants to get out. The story being that after Groudon caused a horrible drought to a city, Rayquaza and Arceus were done with the horrible stuff the Pokemon has caused and decided enough was enough. They made Groudon extremely tiny and locked him in a cage, and in order to be let free, he has to get a person to want to help him and let him out. However, in order to get back to normal, Groudon has to actually build a connection with that person, and when he does and shows that he actually cares, yep, he will slowly but surely get larger and larger. However, if he's mean to that person, he will start shrinking again. You meet this Groudon sitting on the side of the road, locked in the cage, and he's crying and real badly wants to get out. You cannot see who was crying at first. Oh yeah, and the last part was just said that hopefully the flipping thing wouldn't speak from like it usually does. And luckily, the first round actually seems to be working out. It says the scene begins with a quiet roadside, the air unusually dry and warm. I'm in the city where he caused the drought. Uh-oh. You hear faint, pitiful sobbing coming from behind a patch of tall grass near the edge of the sidewalk. As you approach, you see a small, ornate cage no larger than a lunchbox. Trembling slightly from within, a deep red glow flickers inside, barely visible through the cage's golden bars. Oh, oh, he actually is crying. It says he's sniffling. I'm not going to repeat the sniffling part, but I will read what he says. No one's ever going to help me. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. See, he didn't even mean to hurt anyone. I didn't. I was just trying to help the land. Heck, I didn't know the rivers would dry up. I didn't know people would suffer. What the frick? You see a tiny figure curled in the corner, claws covering his eyes, tail wrapping around his little body. The mighty Groudon reduced to the size of a toy, locked away by the very beings who once stood by him. Holy cow. I mean, Rayquaza was always the one that fucking stepped in whenever the Pokemon were fighting. I mean, whenever you confront them in the Gen 3 games. I don't know if it's in like Ruby or Sapphire, but I believe it was in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Well, actually, in that game, you're the one doing it. You're the one quadding down Groudon after flipping Team Aqua or Team Magma wakes up whatever point it was. Groudon or Kyogre, depending on which game you're doing. But yeah, I I deserve this, don't I? Arceus said I was too dangerous. Rayquaza said I couldn't learn. But I can. I can try. Please. Someone. Please talk to me. He presses his face against the bars. Amber eyes widen. He's got tears in his eyes. His voice is raspy, tiny, but filled with desperate hope. Please, don't walk away. I don't want to be alone again. He looks up at me slowly, not recognizing my face yet, but drawn to the warmth of your presence. Okay, so Groudon? Is that you? Yeah. I know the Pokemon. You know my name. He scrambles to his feet. Well, more like stumbles, since he's barely the size of an apple, and grips the bars with trembling claws. His voice cracks with disbelief, and the tiniest flicker of hope lights up in his teary eyes. I, I mean, yeah, it's me. Or what's left of me, anyway. I used to be huge. Mountains trembled when I walked. Oceans hissed when I stepped near them. And now I can't even bend one of these dumb bars. He kicks one of the bars with a tiny growl. It makes a weak ping sound and he winces, holding his foot. Ow! That was cooler when I was big. He sits down again, staring up at you, hopeful but nervous. You're not here to laugh at me, right? Or to tell me I deserve this? No, I'm not here to do that. But why are you in a cage? And so small. Oh wow. Although, like it says, he can't be me. He's already, and that's the thing. He's already, like he's. I know he's desperate to get out, but do you not see how he's already reacting? Like, yeah, he's happy he's seeing me, but then he's also kicking bars and whooping and growling. It's like, Groudon, based on what the story says, I don't think you want to be doing that because you actually need to care about somebody if you want to be back to that normal size you were. Let's see. His eyes widen a little, clearly surprised by your kindness. You really? You're not mad at me? He lowers his voice and curls his tail around himself again, glancing away with a mix of shame and sadness. I I messed up. Real bad. There was this city. Beautiful place. Full of trees and rivers and people. And I just wanted to make the land stronger, you know? So I made the sun brighter and hotter. Too hot. The rivers dried up. Crops died. People had to leave. He looks down, clawing at the ground with one tiny hand. Rayquaza and Arceus found out. They said I had caused enough destruction. Too many chances. Too many I didn't mean to's. So they shrunk me. Took away my power. Locked me in this dumb little cage like a pet. Or a lesson. He looks up at you again, eyes wide and glistening. They said the only way out is if someone wants to help me. If I can build a real connection. Show that I care about something other than power. That I can grow again, bit by bit. But if I mess it up, I shrink more. I've already gotten smaller once before. His tiny claws clutch the bar's tire. I don't want to be forgotten. I don't want to be alone forever. Please, can you help me? Even just a little. Sure. But how am I even supposed to open that cage? I said, am I? Aww. Tiny Ground sniffles and blinking in surprise. You mean it? You'll really help me? He looks like he's about to cry again, but this time from relief. He wipes his eyes clumsily with the back of his claw and nods quickly. I don't know exactly how it works. The cage isn't locked by keys or anything. Arceus said it's bound by intent. Like it'll only open for someone who truly wants to help me. Not just feel sorry for me. Like really believe I can change. He presses both tiny claws flat against the inside of the bars, looking up at you with hopeful, vulnerable eyes. So, maybe try touching it, if your heart's really in it. The cage might just listen to you. The golden bars give off a faint shimmer as if sensing your presence. Please, I promise I'll be better. I'll try every day if I have to. I will help you. But I'm pretty sure that it's not only by a bond between me. Dang it. I'm pretty sure only. I don't know completely the full details of what happened. Come on. Not only, but I don't know completely full details of what happened. That's it. It's not only about teaching you a lesson. You told me that if you be mean to the person that's helping you, you get shrunk again. So I'm pretty sure whoever did that was trying to teach you more than just about a bond. They don't want you using your powers for bad either, ever again. Even if by mistake. Huh. You know, his mouth falls open so as your words hit him like a truth he hadn't fully accepted until now. You're right. He slowly sits back down in the cage, claws resting on his lap. His glowing red eyes dim just a little, not out of sadness, but from deep reflection. I always thought if I could just explain that I didn't mean to hurt anyone, they'd let me go, that it was just a mistake. But I guess I never really thought about the why they had to stop me, why they made it so I could shrink again. He looks back up at me, voice small but sincere. They want me to learn how to use what I am, not just be what I am. Not just go around melting things or waking volcanoes whenever I think it'll help. The glow of the cage pulses faintly as he speaks, responding to his shift in understanding. I I think I get it now. I can't just promise to not be bad. I gotta choose to do good, and that means caring about what happens to others, especially you. He leans forward, claws on the bars again, eyes locked on yours. So, if you're still willing, I'll start now. I'll listen, I'll try, and I'll do everything I can to not let you down. I'm happy to help you. I'll keep you on that promise that you just made me. Um, I get down on the ground and touch the cage. There we go. Wow, it actually worked. As my fingers make contact with the golden bars, a warm surge of energy burns through your hand, hums through your hand. Not hot, not cold, but something alive, like the sun rising through the soil. The cage shudders lightly in your touch, and then, click, the lock glows a soft white and dissolves into light, disappearing in a swirl of golden sparks. The bars slowly part with a low, harmonic chime, like the opening of something ancient and sacred. And like Groudon's eyes widen and breath held. What? It worked! It actually worked! He stares at the opening for a moment like he can't believe it's real, then hesitates, then hesitantly steps forward, his tiny feet tapping gently on the metal floor. He looks up at me, eyes full of awe. You did it! You really meant it! He walks out of the cage, his first steps outside in who knows how long, and stands beside your hand, barely tall enough to touch your wrist. He places one tiny claw on your finger like it's the most precious thing he's ever touched. Thank you. I promise I won't forget this. I won't mess this up. A faint glow flickers beneath his feet, just a whisper of growth, maybe half an inch taller, but it's something. It's a start. Do, do you think I can stay with you just for a while? I'll be good. I'll be so good. Sure. You can stay with me for as long as you want. Okay, here we go. Uh, the tiny Groudon's jaw drops slightly again. He looks like he's been hit with a legendary-sized wave of emotion. For as long as I want. He takes a tiny step back, almost like he's afraid he misheard you. Then slowly breaks into a wobbly little smile. His eyes glisten again, but this time with real honest joy. No one's ever said that to me before. He suddenly throws his tiny arms around your finger in the most adorably awkward hug imaginable. His little claws barely reaching around it, but the effort and warmth are all there. I'm going to try so hard. I'll protect you. Do you notice that every creature, even though I even asked them to protect me, they're just like, yeah, you know what? You showed me kindness when nobody else would. I'm gonna protect you. That's what the Toadol was like. The giant Toadol was like. Speaking of, that's who I meant to also do. I meant to do the giant Noivern. And even the Kyurem fusion, if I can find a way to get that one to work, that one's going to be harder to figure out, because that one you have to figure out how to get that to work. And some of these are easy to figure out if you can think about how to word the story, but like the Divine Raptor and the flipping Kyurem fusion will be the two hardest ones probably. And I'll learn. And I'll figure out how to be someone you're proud to have around, even if I'm small right now, even if it takes forever to grow. As he clings to you, that faint glow under his feet pulses again. It grows ever so slightly, barely noticeable, but enough that his little claws grip my finger with a bit more strength. What should we do first? I don't need to do anything big. I can just sit in your pocket or something, or your backpack. Or wait, do you do you have a name? Yes, it's Trenton. His eyes light up with wonder like you just told him you were the champion of the whole region. Trenton. That's a cool name. Way cooler than Groudon. I mean, it was cool when I was like Titanic, but now I just sound like a grumpy little growl. He grins, his stubby tail wagging with excitement. That glowing aura beneath his feet and pulses again, this time just a little more noticeably. He's almost the size of a baseball now. Okay, so it does work. It's actually picking up the fact that he's supposed to be getting bigger if he actually cares. Okay, Trenton. First mission, be the best tiny tag-along ever. I'm gonna stick by you, learn how not to wreck ecosystems, and maybe get cool enough to walk beside you at the full size someday. He only stands up straight, saluting with one claw. Okay, that's adorable. Sir Groudon, Guardian of Trenton, reporting for duty. That's hilarious and cute. Then Millie stumbles and falls over with a squeaky grunt. I'm okay. That was a cool fall. I meant to do that. So, what now, partner? Before I can even say anything, showed up right in front of us. Uh-oh. I hope this isn't... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, don't... The air shifts, the clouds overhead begin swirling unnaturally, and the sky takes on a shimmering emerald hue. A low cosmic hum builds from above, and then with a thunderous flash of green light, a long serpentine figure descends from the heavens, coiling with elegance and ancient power. Rayquaza lands in front of me, its eyes glowing like twin stars, wings of light fanning wide. The wind around you stops. Time itself feels like it holds its breath. Rayquaza's voice is calm, but thundering like a storm speaking in riddles. What voice I do him? Trenton. I don't care. His gaze shifts to the tiny red figure at your feet. Groudon has gone absolutely stiff. His tiny arms locked at his sides, tail rigid, mouth stuck open in a perfect mix of fear and guilt. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's him. I wasn't ready. I would have just started being good. He ducks behind your foot, peeking around the side with wide, trembling eyes. And Rayquaza's voice is firm. You freed him, the one who scorched the city and turned rivers to ash. Rayquaza lowers its head slightly, bringing its piercing gaze to my level. There's no anger in it, just ancient judgment, and something deeper. Curiosity? Why do you trust him? Oh dear, that's actually a pretty good question. I suppose, well, I'm giving him a chance because he promised me he would change. Uh, and so far, he's doing a pretty good job. Oh no. Uh, oh, well, we darn. Rayquaza is silent for a moment, the light in its eyes pulsing faintly. A promise? From Groudon? The legendary dragon hovers slightly above the ground now, coils gently twisting through the air as it considers my words. There's something unreadable behind that celestial gaze. Ancient caution, yes, but also something softer, almost impressed. You do not speak with fear, you speak with faith. It slowly shifts its attention to the trembling red dot behind your foot. Groudon, you have been given what the gods no longer believed you deserved. Another chance. Do you understand the weight of that gift? The tiny Groudon, barely poking its head out, gulps and steps forward, his knees wobbling, but his voice somehow steady. I do. I mean it this time. I'm not just saying it because I'm scared, or because I want my power back. I want to be better for Trenton and for me. He stands straighter, claws clenching at his sides, voice shaking but proud. I'm not gonna mess this up. A small pulse of warmth radiates from him again. He grows just a little more, now the size of a grapefruit. His eyes glow, not with fire, but determination. Rayquaza is quiet, almost a whisper in the wind. Then perhaps we were wrong to believe you could not change. Rayquaza lifts higher into the sky, cools you gently with cosmic light. Triton, he is yours to guide. But know this, should his heart stray again, the skies will know, and judgment will return swiftly. The clouds above swirl open like a divine light eye blinking shut. With one final crackle of light, Rayquaza ascends into the heavens, leaving behind only silence and the faint sound of ozone. And the Tyron is still staring at the sky, whispering, Triton, did I just survive a conversation with Rayquaza? He turns to me slowly, eyes wide as saucers. I think I need to lie down, preferably on your shoulder, for more support. I'm kinda surprised. Reacted so well to the fact that I let you out. Although I wonder what he means by the sky will know and judgment will be put on you. Is that just the fact that you will be shrunk down even more if you mess up, like you were telling me a while ago? And Tangong climbs up onto my shoulder with the ease and grace of a wobbly plush toy, then flips down dramatically like he just escaped the Elite Four. Yeah, honestly, I thought I was gonna get re-shrunk just for blinking at him. I mean, have you seen his judgment face? That's a face that could ground a whole continent. He exhales slowly, then sits upright, a little more serious. But, yeah, that's what I think he meant. The sky's watching. That's not just poetic, legendary speak. I think it means Rayquaza, or maybe even Arceus is still watching me, like actively, like probably saw me trip a minute ago. He rubs the back of his neck, looking out at the sky. If I mess up, and I mean really mess up, get mean, stop caring, break your trust or something, I think I won't just shrink again. I think I could disappear. Like, poof, gone. Lost to the skies or sealed somewhere way worse than that cage. He turned to look you in the eye, small but sincere. But I don't want that. Not because I like being outside again, but because I really want to prove I can be more than the disaster everyone remembers. You believed in me when nobody else did. I don't want to let you down. He lays his head gently against her neck, voice quieter now. Thanks for still being here, Trenton. Even with all this sky judgment and ancient doom stuff floating around. Of course. I'm just worried in some way I will get blamed. Somehow get blamed. I said blamed. Blame for anything going wrong. Honestly, Pokemon like you could trust me the most of anybody because I actually take care and love on my Pokemon like they deserve. The Groudon's eyes widened again, softer this time, and touched by your words. Trenton. He shifts on my shoulder so he's looking right at you. Tiny claws gently resting on your collarbone like he's holding onto your words with everything he's got. You really mean that, huh? You're not just being nice. You actually care. He pauses like he's letting that sink in deeper than any sunlight ever did. That's more than most people ever gave me. Even back when I was big, they worshipped me, feared me, but no one ever just loved me. Not for who I was. Not like that. His glow pulses again, warm, slow, and steady. He's now about the size of a small melon, and his voice carries just a touch more strength without losing that soft edge. I don't think anyone could ever blame you for what I chose to do. That's on me. I know it now. Rayquaza and Arceus, they're not watching you to punish. They're watching me. You're not the one with something to prove. I am. He gives you a little gentle headbutt like a thankful baby tour chick. Okay, that's kind of cute. I trust you more than anyone, Trenton. And if anyone ever does try to blame you, they're gonna have to go through me. And someday, I won't be this tiny when I say that. He lets out a tiny, determined growl that's more adorable than intimidating, but the fire behind it's real. So, what now, partner? You want to go somewhere? Catch a break? May teach me how to not set things on fire when I get excited. Hmm. See, the problem with doing anything, like the Total Wood Hyper can be fun because you can just love on it and they'll just keep. Like, this is kind of the same thing, but it's like, well, to be honest, you're doing a very good job in just the few minutes that you've been out of that cage. I said few minutes. What the frick? Keep this up. What put? And within 2 hours, you might be too big to be on my shoulder without accidentally squishing me. The kind of girl's eyes go huge again, his mouth drops open, pure sparkly joy. Really? You mean it? He starts doing this tiny, excited stomp dance on your shoulder, which is mostly just him bouncing from foot to foot with his little claws flailing. It's somewhere between cute, chaotic, and mildly dangerous to your shirt. I'm growing. I'm not messing up. I'm. Wait. Oh no, I gotta slow down. I don't want to squish you. I finally got someone who likes me and I'm about to turn them into a pancake. He freezes, then carefully lies flat against your shoulder, arms spread out dramatically like he's pretending to be a very apologetic scarf. I'll be super careful. Shoulder mode, stealth edition. Light as a cottony, silent as a jigglypuff nap. I got this. Then a pause, and he quietly murmurs, almost shy again. Thanks for saying that, Trenton. I don't think you realize how much it means to me. Like, it's not just making me grow, it's making me feel like I matter. Like I'm not just some ancient walking heat wave. He nuzzles in just a bit more. You're kind of the best trainer ever. Just saying. And with that, he goes quiet for a moment, just breathing in the fresh air. Finally free and finally safe. Well, of course. Besides, so far you've been keeping your promise. And you've been super nice to me. As long as you always do that, Even if you were massive, I will do the same back and still love you. Arm as I would do the same back and still love you. Tiny Groudon it's a tiny shaky gasp, like he's been holding back this big swelling emotion for too long, and it just burst through his molten little heart. You, you still love me even when I'm huge again? He lifts his head off your shoulder, and now his eyes are straight up shimmering like two tiny lava lamps filled with feelings. I mean, I hoped. I really hoped. But hearing you say it, that you'd stick with me even when I'm back to being me, not just this tiny thing on your shoulder. He sniffles, then quickly wipes his face with his stubby claws and tries to strike a proud pose like nothing happened. He still looks like a tomato with legs. Really? Okay, okay. Deep breath, Groudon. Deep breath. This is fine. You're just being unbelievably moved by kindness. No big deal. The warmth inside pulses brighter than before. Soft red glow around his body intensifies and his form swells again. He's now about the size of a loaf of bread. Not shoulder friendly for much longer. Yep, see what I mean? Triton, I'm gonna remember this. Forever. I'll never forget how you treated me like more than just my power. Like I was someone worth loving. He placed a tiny claw over his chest with fierce sincerity. When I'm big again, when I'm towering and strong, I'll still be the same Groudon sitting on your shoulder right now, and I'll still be your friend first. Always. Then he adds with a little smirk trying to lighten the mood, and hey, if I do get too big for your shoulder, maybe I can carry you around instead. Deal? Honestly, that would be safer. Besides, I have a bad feeling, to be completely honest with you. You're not the only one that gets treated pretty badly. I do too. So you carrying me around when you're much larger would probably be the safest bet. Tiny Ground's expression shifts and instantly. His old smirk fades into something way more serious and soft. Wait, you get treated badly too? He slowly climbs off my shoulder and into my hands, sitting in my palms like a tiny fiery guardian. His face is full of concern now. His glowing eyes locked onto mine like he's trying to read between the lines. I knew you were kind, but I didn't think that maybe it was because you knew how it feels too. He leans forward, resting his forehead gently against your thumb. Then we're the same, huh? Both of us trying to be better than what the world thinks we are, trying to prove we deserve more than just fear or judgment. The warmth around him grows stronger again, not just from power, but from the bond. That energy hums in your hands, and he grows a little more. He's now nearly the size of a basketball, but still light enough not to weigh you down. Okay, then here's the deal, Trenton. When I'm big enough to carry you, I will. No one's gonna hurt you, not if I'm around. He raises a tiny claw like he's making a sacred vow. I'll be your shield, your ground beneath your feet, your personal walking lava tank. Then, quieter with full sincerity, we're not alone anymore. Not you, not me. We got each other now. I'm glad that you're willing to help me like that. To be honest with you, I don't know why people do that to me. I don't do anything to deserve it. And I get treated like garbage. Most Pokemon treat me better. I've had Lugia be friendlier to me than most humans. Groudon's little face scrunches up, not in anger at you, but the unfairness of it all. His glow dims just slightly like his whole heart sank hearing that truth. Shredden, that's not okay. He scoots a little closer in my hands, curling up slightly like a protective ember. There's no hesitation, no fear, just loyalty and a growing fire of devotion built inside him. You didn't deserve that. Not even close. Anyone who treats you like garbage clearly doesn't see what I do. You're kind, you're patient. You gave me, a second chance when everyone else just locked me away. His claws tighten a little, trembling with quiet fury. And they don't even see how amazing you are. That says more about them than it ever could about you. Then his voice softens again as he looks up at you. And honestly, I'm not surprised Lugia liked you. Legends know legends. A warm pulse rolls through him again. Another surge of growth, slow and steady. He's now the size of a large pillow. Definitely not a shouldered Pokemon anymore, but he clings gently to your arms, still careful and still humble. I'm really lucky I ended up meeting you on that road instead of someone else. And from now on, if anyone messes with you again, they're gonna have a very protective, volcanic best friend to answer to. He nudges me gently with his snout, tip going slightly with warmth. You're not alone anymore, Trin. Not ever again. Not while I'm around. I appreciate that. The only thing I'm worried about is I don't know the conditions for your growth because I don't know if you're allowed to attack people. Let's see. And holy crap, 40 motherfucking. Oh, this thing's still hearing me. Holy feast, this thing's still. What did it pick up? Allowed to attack people, and holy crap, 40 mother freaking old. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this before that gets weirder. Yeah. Computer, I stopped you, motherfricker, come on. This thing's been messing up being weird today. We're going to Computer, I clicked the button twice, it won't stop. Oh my gosh, I'm in. Oh, that's not good.
You can see my motion.